and welcome to what is amazingly episode 24 of the Second Lunch podcast. Ken Griffey Jr. episode, Kobe Bryant.
Tino Martinez.
R.I.P. There we go.
Nice.
There we go. All right. All right. Yeah, I wore a Yankees jersey just for you. Hot Jake, who's on the ones and twos, was already pissed about it. So.
Giving you grief, yeah.
So thanks. We got a great show today. Our guest is Mike Masilotti of Dry Bar fame.
Oh, yeah.
I've also had sex with 3 of the same people. Mm-hmm. 1 at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2 on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you know that? Yeah. Within hours. Pretty
yeah, she
cool.
was putting in work.
Pretty cool.
She had the same coin purse.
I would never look at you and think somebody who's going for you is also going to go for me.
I don't know if that says more about you or less about me.
We're going to move on. We've talked enough about shared partners. Let's just get right into our Tinderella question. Cinderella is like originally started just us kind of getting to know each other on the mic, so people kind of learn more about us. So we're asking each other like first date questions. We've graduated far past that. These
if you're asking these on your first date, you've listened to the show too much.
Yeah, you're probably not getting the second.
Your brain is warped. Okay. Are you constantly overfilling your garbage / recycling, or have you cracked the code?
I don't think my recycling's ever been empty. Even right after I empty it, it seems like it's instantly full again. Also, what do you do when your recycling is full?
Well, is this assuming I haven't already punched it?
I have Noah jump on it.
Into
I get somebody who can get in there. That isn't me.
This is why we have Mike on today, because we both weigh twice as much.
Yeah, we just have some. We're actually here just to pound down our recycling.
Nice. You guys have the bins outside.
Yeah. You think the litter in the U district is from other people? No, it's mostly us. So
I feed it to my dog. Like seriously, like he won't eat it, but he breaks it down. I mean, when I was a kid, we used to give it to my grandmother because she had dementia, and she'd sit there with scissors and just sit there all day and cut the cardboard up, so it was like stacked with no air. It was, I mean,
beautiful.
That shit was impossible to take out though. It was like a fucking brick when you finally got that shit out.
Because you took it out after a month, not a week.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is just because the bin can hold that volume doesn't mean that it ought to hold that volume. Okay. I don't know if we have a bunch more for this, Chris, and we have a long agenda.
We are going to talk more about recycling.
I mean, I didn't have a whole bunch of
I came here to talk about recycling.
I didn't have my municipal code book ready or anything like that.
Not to bum anybody out, but I got community service once, and I had to sort. I was like one of the guys had to go to the place to sort out the recycling. It was very unorganized because I went to the front. They were like, go talk to the person in the back. Went to the back. They sent me back to the front, so I just left. So but then I went in every day and would sign the sign in and sign out, and I just did that for 2 weeks, and that was my community service. But I saw the amount of recycling that they would end up throwing in the garbage because people don't recycle right.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like most recycling ends up in the garbage.
Yeah, it's like the same numbers as like Goodwill donations. Like this is 80% refuse. This is I'm going to take that out of your hands and take it directly to the dump.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, got an important question for you. Zoo or aquarium?
Ooh. If it's a really good one, it's hard to beat an aquarium, but I feel like there's never a good aquarium.
Yeah, we don't have a good one.
I thought Seattle was going to have one of the best aquariums, and I went...
Whoa. There's 2 types of otters, you fucking bastard.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, gay men and animals.
That's very clever.
Yeah, but you got to compare it to like Woodland Park Zoo or something. There's so much there.
Yeah, that's a great zoo.
I can see underwater stuff there. Aquarium, you kind of pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah, that one in Tacoma has actually they have 2 polar bears now.
Whoa.
Yes, yeah, they got
That's hard to beat. You're coming at me with polar bears and penguins? Ooh, I don't know how many otters you would need to beat that, but...
That's a good question then. Okay, what's your go-to attraction if you're at zoo or aquarium? The can't miss thing, if it's there, you're going to
Monkeys don't count because everybody's top 3 answers.
Yeah, maybe gorilla or some shit. Yeah.
Otters.
Penguins.
Penguins.
That's
Big
very
penguins.
strong.
But you made a good point. There's a lot of underwater stuff at zoos, but there's no land stuff at aquariums.
They have river otters. You guys are uneducated.
You with these otters, bro.
Get to the fucking.
Yeah, this question's a lot more otter-based than I
I
anticipated.
just needed another thing about otters.
Zoo
Oh,
or
man.
aquarium was just a fucking farce.
Yeah, it's all about otters.
All right, what TV show? I'll start with you on this one, Mike. What TV show would you want to be in, and which one would you not want to be in?
Oh, I would definitely want to be in a 90 Day Fiance. Love that shit. Give me some Asian woman that barely speaks the language. I want to talk to her through my phone. Like, I want one of those. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't. You can be like, fucking bitch. And then you don't hear that. She just sees sweet, whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they'll edit out the gnarly parts, too.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
on
yeah.
TLC. Like, it's going to...
That'd be great. And on the way here, I saw an ad for this one, actually, and it was Naked and Afraid Castaway, where people are swimming up to the shore, like, tired and naked, and then they just have to figure out a way to live. All I think about is, like, not even me, stuff's getting in your butt or in your pussy. Like, there's no way you're on an island without your holes covered and there's nothing going in
Yeah,
there.
stuff's definitely swimming in.
Yeah, stuff swims in and I have pants on.
Yeah, also, what are you simulating? And what are you simulating? Like the USS Indianapolis crash?
Yeah,
Like,
right?
let's see if somebody gets eaten by a shark today.
Yeah, when would
This
you
is
be
not how I wanted to learn about schistosomiasis.
You get one of those barbed fish that flies up your urethra. Should say swims up, excuse me. But yeah. So on that note, okay, that's the show I would least want to be in, I think, is Naked and Afraid.
I wonder if it feels good when it's swimming up there, though, for a second. It feels good and stuff's coming out.
That's an intrusive thought, though. That's what the fish wants you to think, is that, maybe this ain't so bad.
Oh, this reminds me. I took such a good pee yesterday. We're getting a little derailed, but
Did your teeth move? Yeah, I mean, those are the good
You're
ones.
like, whoa,
Yeah.
like you're transforming into, yeah.
It's like an ecstasy pee.
Right.
But you're sober, but it's so
You're
good.
pretty sure you're coming or about to.
I know, sometimes I think that, I wish my cum felt as good as this pee. I mean,
I've been there where you feel like you're like being transported to another dimension through your chest. Yeah. Just me?
can you pee in front of, like, in public at, like, I feel like you're, like, those troughs? I feel like you have no problem just troughing it up. Right?
I used to be so pee shy.
Bro, I am so pee shy.
Really?
Dog,
I think Cole's pee shy because it took him a little while before this episode to get going in the bathroom.
No, it's because I'm a child, and so half the time when I go to the bathroom, it's like, do you have to pee? Do you want to go try?
And then you have to wait
I'll go try.
You have to wait for the mini urinal. I was at the airport, I had 2 backpacks on, and I went to pee, and I didn't want to put them down, but I couldn't see my dick or anything when I was peeing, so I was just hoping I wasn't just peeing all over myself. I was like, well, it's coming out, but I have no idea where it's
Wow,
going.
you put your faith in
Yeah.
your dick. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
Just hoping your shoes don't start to feel wet.
Well, I feel like it's like Jordan when he closes his eyes to hit the free throw once you shoot so many. It's like, just do the motion. Just do what you know to do. You know what I mean?
It is one of those things where it's amazing that I still fuck it up sometimes. Although sometimes it'll catch you at a weird kind of angle you weren't expecting. It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. Yeah. The older we
One
get,
of life's
too.
little mysteries.
Yeah. Show I would want to be on. That's what we were on, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I would really want to be on like the Kardashians or anything. I don't want to be like involved. I want to be one of those tertiary character, like what was it, Chris Humphries or whatever was like kind of on the show, but not really. Just like people are like, oh, I know him from. He's from that.
You get a beer every once in a while.
Right,
You're the guy
exactly.
hanging out in the kitchen just chilling, and this camera like scans over, like, who's that guy? It's like, I'm that guy. That's me.
This is my first beer. I don't want to be on my 600-pound life.
There we go. All right. Now
Yeah,
we're
that's rough.
What about you?
similar to the Naked and Afraid concept.
Especially as the boyfriend, though. That's the worst. I'd rather be the fat guy than this thin guy dating the fat girl, being like, come on, sweetheart. And then like she just like, you're an asshole. You did this to me.
I like it when it's the other way around. I've seen it a couple times where it's like he likes her big and he's like trying to keep
Oh,
her big.
that's amazing.
Oh, God.
I just got all these gummy bears from Costco. I guess I'll keep them to myself.
That's amazing. You just keep telling everything's low fat. You're just fucking hiking it all up, changing labels.
Now you're getting now the subterfuge is really there.
Yeah, like emptying like cartons of ice cream and putting in different ice cream, just like really going, just going hard.
Yeah, if I'm the guy on that show and Ashley's the one trying to save me, I just picture, like, you ever see when a wiener dog gets too fat and they put him in a pool that he has to like walk slowly through? Like, I'm picturing Ashley trying to coax me outside, like, come on, you got to do your fucking water treadmill bullshit.
You and I both know if I try to go outside, we're gonna need a chainsaw because that door frame ain't making it.
Yeah, no, this is clearly my house is small. That's shut-in status for sure. Speaking of shut-ins, who do you hate most in your personal life? I don't know why I have
to go last on this.
Okay. So, Mike, the intention of this is you don't have to name names. You just have to name why you hate this person. Or name names if you want to. You know, could be fun.
Man, I had to like really dig deep because like it takes, it's like most of them are just ex-girlfriends. I'm like, that's not good enough. It needs to be something like deeper than ex-girlfriend. I don't know this person's name. This makes it even worse.
I hate them enough to mention them and don't know their name.
I think about this person all the time. So I grew up in Albany, New York, or whatever, and I worked at this place. It was I forgot. It was just a really good burrito spot. Everyone went there. Bombers. Everyone went there. It was like really cool. The cool spot to work. So I worked there for a minute, and then one day the dress code was you had to wear. It was like my first day there. You had to wear a red shirt. Mine was like dark red, and they were like, you can't. That's not the red that we use. So I was like, fuck you guys. So I just left. Right? It's like 3 years later, I go there and hang out with all my friends. We're all drinking, and in my head, I'm just like, I don't know if I should, but it's been 3 years, whatever. I order like all my like this amazing fucking meal, like the fries like covered with whatever. I lift up the first layer of fries, and they just put everything under. It looked like trash was in my food. Like they just completely destroyed. Like they remembered me 3 years later, and
that's
just
that
like,
maroon shirt, son of a bitch,
bro.
Fuck up his food.
Yeah, how dark red was this?
It was just blood. It was a white shirt. I just murdered somebody. But I was so mad because literally, like, everyone was having such a great night, and I didn't want to say anything, so I just ate like the whole top part and just pretended I didn't even want them to know I noticed. But they're watching. Everyone was like watching me, but I had to keep pretending I was eating. And I was like, you know what, I'm good, and just threw it away.
That's way more boss. Just eating garbage in front of people. Fuck these guys. Show him who's boss.
Well, I didn't get to the garbage part, but I literally felt like a biggest piece of shit because it was just like, man, I don't have money like this, and they ruined mine. And it was like like when you're having a great night, it just felt like everyone's enjoying their night, and I'm just thinking about murdering everyone behind the counter. And to this day, I still think about that meal like constantly. Like I don't know who it was. They could be someone I'm friends with right now, and I have no idea, and they just know that they fucked me, and that's what gets me even more mad.
Chris worked at Bombers, and
yeah, for real. I just meet them one day, and they just know. It's like the murderer that knows while they're looking at someone. Like, oh, I'm gonna kill this person.
Yeah, it's like how the song "Boy Named Sue" ends. It's like, you finally get to confront him.
But yeah, that's it. That's mine.
That's a pretty good one. For me, I think I'm gonna go with the person I used to work with. And I'll preface this by saying I'm all about not doing your job and slacking off and doing literally anything else. But this person was one of those people that just everything they do is just the slowest. Like, can you procrastinate faster at least? Like, get the fuck out of my way so I can go do some fun stuff that's not working. But there were two things. One, she'd wear flip-flops in the office, so you'd hear the back part of the flip-flop clap the heel as they walk through. I'm working adjacent to a law department. You can't hear, there's no noise in here at all. So as soon as flip-flop gal is walking around, it's all you hear. The other one, and this shows you how quiet it was, I'd hear the fingernail clipper at the desk. You can't do this elsewhere.
That's brutal.
You can't do this elsewhere. There's no...
Or do it while you're flip-flopping around at least. Keep the noise to a minimum.
That's probably why they're flip-flops on, so they could cut their toenails at their fucking desk. That's
God
it was.
damn it, Mike.
That wasn't even their fingernail.
Way worse.
You're hoping it's their fingernail.
I'm so glad I didn't tell Mike about this while he still worked with this person. Haunting.
Man.
But yeah, there's no reason that should be the person I hate the most, but I find that behavior the hardest to defend. You could be like, I cheated on my wife. I'd be like, pretty fucked up.
She must have been reading a real bitch.
Jesus Christ. No, at least there's a reason I could fathom. The fingernails at the desk, there's no reason. Did you get the world's worst hangnail in the last 3 hours? Anyways, there's no way I'm going to be able to make this funny by continuing to get mad about it. So, Chris, you got to go last.
Oh, mine's angry. It's real. I just thought of this person the other day, and then I internet stalked him.
You got...
Because I wanted so bad to find out that he fucking died, and I didn't get it. I didn't get my moment.
Still alive.
He's had multiple fucking major heart attacks and hasn't fucking croaked yet. It's pissing me off. I think one of them would have done us all a favor and wiped him out. Anyway.
Are you sure this person isn't listening and might know who they are?
Oh, I hope he is. Kenny Cherryholmes, you fucking piece of shit. He was my hitting coach when I was 14 until I was 16. I played baseball, and I was pretty good until
Kenny got involved?
No, he actually was a good hitting coach. He made me pretty good. I was
going to say, can't trust a guy named Kenny.
I hit right. And I have to try to paint a picture for you guys. I remember walking in to this batting cage in Bellevue that you would have thought it was an abandoned building. There's nothing to mark what this place is except for the sound of baseballs being hit. That's the only thing. It's the only way you could tell what this place was. I go in, I see this guy in like surf clothes, long black hair. He's like one of those people who's got star tattoos on the back of his elbows.
Bro, this is not at all the person I picture.
Yeah.
When you were talking about a hitting coach.
Yeah, me either.
This is crazy. Not what I was.
Okay,
picturing.
he's a white guy who claims to be Buddhist. Anytime a white surfer guy's like, "I'm Buddhist," I'm like, "Okay,
whatever you
I
say,
bet you really." Yeah. So anyway, I'm 14. I'm not being judgmental. Amazingly.
You're just trying to get better at baseball.
I'm just trying to get better. I'm like, whatever. If this guy's got the goods, then whatever. Anyway, fast forward a couple years, I'm in Arizona, and I'm visiting my grandparents, and I find out he had a heart attack. And so I text him. I'm like, holy shit, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And he just replies, fine. And I was like, okay, well, I'm really worried about you if there's anything I can do to... I'm being like a young kid,
Little
just trying
bitch.
to... Yeah. And he just responds, every text you're sending me costs me 27 cents.
Whoa.
Stop texting me. And so I responded with sorry because I didn't feel like I could just not. And so then he calls me and he's like yelling at me like, what the fuck? I just told you this is costing me 27 cents. I'm like, okay, I'll give you $1 the next time I see you.
How much
Sorry.
did that heart attack cost you fuck?
Right? I was like, yeah, this is probably a really
Domino's.
good thing to get your blood pressure up about, you fucking idiot.
It's still who still pays for minutes?
Oh, no,
Like, what is he doing?
No, that's a guy that when you're paying for minutes, you have either lost custody of a child, your wages are garnished, you use Western Union as a bank.
I think all these things were happening, by the way.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And so a couple months later, I had to cancel my hitting lesson like day of. I had strep throat. And then I had strep throat for like a month before I had to get my tonsils removed. And in those couple weeks, he sends me an email. He's like, hey, you owe me money from your last session. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll pay you the next time I'm there.
I would have been like, that email cost me 27 cents.
And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll pay you the next time I'm there. And I miss another week. And he's like, okay, now you owe me twice as much because you didn't call to cancel this last week. And I'm like, okay, I'll pay you the next time I see you. He's like, no, you're going to pay me now. And I was like, really? Is this $80 what's keeping you from living in a box next week, Kenny? Can I just pay you the next time I see you?
Yes, Chris.
He
is.
went nuclear, which that was a dickish way for me to respond. But it was also like, dude, how long have we been doing this? You know I'm going to pay you. So then he sends me an email. He's like, you need to come down and bring me back the bat that I lent you, and you need to give me my money. So I go down there, and he tries to fight me.
It's a bold strategy to ask somebody to bring you their money and then also bring a weapon.
Right.
Very true.
Right. Well, he tries to fight me. I'm 16, and this guy's like 50 and on blood. You're talking a lot of shit
Jesus
for somebody
Christ.
who can die from a bloody nose. You're on
all
blood
sounds like
thinners,
Kenny
you
to me.
fucking idiot.
Also, there's never going to be a President Kenny, okay? And it's reasons like this.
And so, yeah, I was trying to talk him out of it because I didn't want to, like, murder him. Literally, he could die from a punch in the fucking nose.
He's
on
just
blood
die
thinners.
from the effort. He could be beating you in theory and just die. I guess I won that fight.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I hate him the most. That is the person I hate.
Can we get his name on the record one more time?
Kenny Cherryholmes.
That's a fake name.
I fucking hate that guy. And we've had a couple like other random, like weird random interactions. Like I commented on something on Instagram a couple years ago, and he commented back to me. I was like, "How the fuck did you? What? How did you even find this?" Or I hate him. I hate him so much.
Kenny's still mad.
I hate him so much.
All right, let's get on to a sunnier topic.
I hate him.
On to a sunnier topic. Chris, I'll serve this one up to you since I know this was your concept. You wanted to talk about seats named after people. I think you're talking about like benches,
That's
right?
my favorite thing we do as people. I love when you're like walking around, like let's say by the beach, and there's just a bench there, and it's like in memory of Dean Anderson or whoever the fuck it is. How long or how often do you have to sit in one fucking spot where somebody's like, we got to put this guy's jersey in the rafters? This is incredible.
This guy was at Green Lake every day.
Did you see the way that guy sat on that fucking chair?
That's better than at the bar.
That's what I was thinking.
I was gonna say, because at least you're sitting at the beach. When you walk into a bar and you see someone's name there, you're like, what the fuck? Kind of.
What a way to have your alcoholism truly immortalized.
Yeah, like you die and your name's always on the back of this chair. Like, oh, you're sitting in old Rusty's chair, man. He drank himself to death here.
I'm going to move one over.
This was Freddie Nine Fingers. Well, then he became Freddie Four Fingers. So we had to cross that one out. At least in your example, it says in memory of, because I've seen some that are just like your example, but it's just like Dean Andrews. It's like, who the fuck named this bench Dean Andrews?
Yeah,
it's a very formal name for
is
a
this
bench.
for somebody or did they name this bench?
I saw the bench in Seattle that has the homeless guy laying on it, but it's right next to the hotel I'm in. But he was all covered with a cloak, and then you look at his feet are exposed, and there's holes through him, so he's Jesus. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, boy.
I was sitting there smoking weed,
That's
just like,
a
oh, this
thinker.
guy's got some gashes on his feet. This homeless dude's walking through some shit. And then I was
He's got a
like,
gash in his side.
bro, they were brutal looking too. And then you,
Man, Jesus comes back and nobody even recognizes him. He can't even get by.
He
He just
just-
has to sleep on a bench.
he's homeless in Seattle, man.
Yeah, no Golgotha here. You're just on 3rd and Pine.
Very close. I was very close to where it was, like 2 streets away. Very close.
I know 3rd and Pine well. I distinctly remember when they moved the 15, now known as the D line, from 1st to 3rd, and I was like, "You moved us into the epicenter."
Oh, bro, yeah, that's
Like, I walk through 3rd all the time. That's fine, but like the guy that asks me to fill up his cup with whatever I'm drinking, he's just a dealer's choice guy. I'm gonna run
Nice.
into that guy every day now.
that rules.
Just has an empty cup, and he's just whatever you got, dude.
It is weird. Bus people suck, but if you take wheels off and throw like rails under it, like make it like even like an air, like a train or any kind of, those are way better. Just the people, for some reason, the bus people never ride. It feels like less of them ride that. Like the light rails feels way less sketchy than the buses out here.
Yeah, the bus definitely. It depends on the line that you're on. But yeah, I've had some fun bus experiences. But now the light rails, sexy and different.
That's how I get around.
It's just so thrill free to be driving your own car and not know who's going to jump into it. All right, I think this is your topic, Mike. Dating a vegan.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. I thought I was with
Wouldn't
this girl.
recommend it.
Yeah, it's if you're a vegan, I guess sure. But it's just like everything that's about a relationship, like the splitting a meal, that's gone. Like, and that I didn't realize how important. Like, hey, I'm kind of hungry. You're kind of hungry. Let's share. So that shit's gone. That shit's gone, bro.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I think for me it would be more like, oh, you can't. Yeah, I'm gonna get a steak.
Yeah, it's brutal. Then we go to like restaurant. It's everything sucks. Their food's more
cooking at
expensive.
home.
Cooking at home, dude, it's wild. And then like I go somewhere and I was like, is this cooked with fucking? The lady wants to know if you guys killed animals while you cooked it. Like it's so crazy, bro.
We were actually slaughtering chickens while we were making
It's
it.
like there's no meat in this, but we were kicking animals while we were making it. So it's technically vegan, but there's a lot of animals harmed while making it. Still,
We didn't kill them though.
yeah, they're still alive. You want to see
They're in
them.
the back.
Yeah, they
Internal
can't move.
bleeding, sure.
But yeah, it's just rough. I didn't think it was gonna be that it's everyone you meet that's vegan. Within 5 minutes, you'll know that they're vegan.
That is the worst part
It's
of it.
brutal.
Were there some parts of like vegan diet that you were surprised, like, oh, this is actually, not bad. Like I can eat this. And then were there other things where you're like, oh my God, Like my brother was vegan for a couple years, and the thing I always was the vegan cheese. It was like,
Oh,
this
the
is,
worst.
This is insane.
What?
It's
wait,
not-
wait. What am I misunderstanding about? Why they have to have special cheese?
Well, no, I mean,
Because vegans aren't. It's an animal product. Because milk comes from
So
animals.
anything that comes, even like,
Everything comes from
Yeah.
animals. My brother won't even wear leather.
oh my god,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
oh my god.
Like, if he buys
but
a
leather
car-
looks so cool.
I know. If he buys a car, no leather seats. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he whips people, has to be plastic. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't be leather.
I'm trying to remember. There was one thing in particular. It was it was a product that included beeswax, and
Yeah, vegans. Yeah, they can't do
right.
it.
And I was like, see, I feel like the beeswax is cool.
But some, even honey, a lot of because there's some that are like on the fence. I heard honey's one that's a little on the fence because it's like, well, they're making it anyway, but then they're saying we shouldn't, but it's not for us.
Right. I mean, it's true.
It's fucking, I don't. That's the argument.
Definitely, I didn't interview the bee, and he's like, "No, we're making it for you guys."
Yeah, how much do you guys need this month?
Yeah. But no, nothing against them. I get it. Like, I'm going to butchers. I'm trying to get more humane meat. I'm not in, like, I get factory farming suck. But it's like animals still die. Like, what do you think? All that land that you're making your plant, like, you know, the rabbits and all that. Like, where do you think they're going? You think no animals die making vegan food.
Yeah, great.
Get
All
the fuck
those
out of here.
steaks that are gonna go bad at Costco. Those animals died for no reason.
Exactly.
Like
That's
the-
the other one. Eat
yeah.
them.
The examples my brother always used as like the counterpoint to himself was he was like, avocados and almonds are the two things for like from a water usage perspective.
Oh, brutal.
And like the treatment of laborers getting these things, like, yeah, this is pretty gnarly. My last comment on this topic is apparently there's a form of veganism where it's cool to eat oysters. Because oysters are just so plentiful and good for the, water column and everything that there's some people that are just like, yeah, you could just go
They should
for
have
it with an
included
oyster.
birds. Fuck birds. Just eat
Yeah,
them. They're
exactly.
annoying. They're stupid. Just eat the birds.
Yeah, birds are brutal. Not a bird guy.
Fucking love you. I love that
Dude,
about
yeah.
you, dude. I cannot stand birds.
I'm going to draft our letter to the vegans as a whole and say, guys, why not just birds? Fuck them. All right, Mike, I'm going to kick it to you for this next one, too. VR porn or a sex doll? What's your vote
Oh
here?
man, I love that. So I'm 50-50 because like one, you're by yourself.
He's
you're-
going push.
Yeah. Well, well, no, because I was really thinking about this because like I'm like, you throw the VR on, you're in it to win it, but you're by yourself, you're still whatever. But sometimes maybe a doll. Like I saw one, my buddy's friend Billy, his dad was driving down the street and he thought he saw a dead woman and he went back around and it was a sex doll, so he threw it in his pickup truck.
I was going to put her in here anyway.
Bro, they dressed her up and he's like,
I was gonna put her in here anyway.
the guy, God damn it, it's a sex doll. Well, fuck it, I'll still fuck it.
Beggars can't be choosers.
But it's set up in his room, in the guest room. So whenever I go there to stay, the doll is like looking at you. And you have like her eyeballs are like they look real. So I like move them
Jesus
to like make them look like she's not looking at me.
Haunting.
I thought
like
you
a
were gonna say you make her
poltergeist doll.
cross-eyed. Like,
No.
weird thing to be into, Mike. But
But
their own.
it looks super real. The sex doll does not look that bad. And I was thinking, give VR 5 more years, give sex dolls 5 more years. What if you do combine them? What if there's VR? Throw that on, then you fuck with the sex doll with VR. I mean, that's like, come on, man. Leave
Yeah.
your-
you're not getting laid enough, Mike. Or
Yeah, but they're not VR sex dolls.
He's got a point.
I can't
I mean,
do
come
the
on.
sex doll thing. Even the VR thing, I can't do because I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school. He thinks it's weird that I still keep a spank bank.
I don't think it's weird. You think it's weird that I don't. That's the...
I do think
You don't
it's
have a
weird.
throwback where you can just always.
I've got like 6 sexual memories. I'm just basically running off of, whatever the latest and greatest on fuck.com
Yeah, I've
is.
got so many butts in my head, dude. It's crazy. Quite the Rolodex. But sex, yeah. So first off, the VR, it's one of those things that if I was wearing like the headset, I wouldn't be able to focus on what's happening because I would be thinking about what it looks like.
Oh my! If someone walks in,
Yeah.
oh my god, that's
Like, I'm
hilarious.
just there like, oh.
Yeah, you have the
say that
headphones
like-
on. You're just in another world, and there's like you turn it, take it off. There's like 8 people in the room staring at you. Like, oh my god.
But you say that like if they walked in on you jerking off normally, you'd be like, could you please? I'm working here, okay? It's gonna look bad either way.
No.
Well, the sex doll is just a little. I think it's cornier. Because if my buddy's
It's
like,
fucking tacky.
yeah, it's super corny. My buddy's like, yo, I got VR porn. You're like, that's cool. He's like, yo, I got this sex doll. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we gotta took
Who
that.
harmed you?
Yeah.
The sex doll thing, for one, you have to. The amount of money you spend on lube has to be crazy.
And cleaning it must be horrible. 'Cause
Yeah, you can't throw that in the dishwasher.
No.
The last thing I want to do after I nut is clean.
Yeah, especially have anything sexual. You're cleaning out a fake pussy. It just feels like you're fingering the girl when you're done. You're just like, I do not want to do this. But you're not it. You're not done yet, and I am. But
This
I
is
gotta
why I have you
Do
finish
you
yours.
talk to her while you're doing it? Like, I'm almost done. You're gonna be clean soon. That's the other. Oh, dude, I saw this one. This one, it was like an ad on like Pornhub or something. But it was a guy. It was obviously advertising one of those, which is even weirder to me. Not even the full doll, just like the
pocket ass?
Yeah, bro.
which is so weird
That's
to me.
great.
I bet you some fucking like Green River Killer would have fucking loved that.
Oh, that's great.
Just the torso. But
Do you think that's what they make it for? And then just other people started using it, but it was specifically for serial killers that are into dismemberment?
yeah,
You know what I mean? They're
right,
just like, dude, this is like a really niche audience, but someone will buy it.
The guy asked for a pocket ass, but he said it in the weirdest way. He said, I want it no limbs.
We call it the Dahmer.
Yeah. But the guy in this ad was like licking the vagina on this thing. I'm like, who is this for?
Yeah.
Oh,
For starters, I
man.
bet it doesn't even taste like a
Real, you
sack
have to
full
spray
of
it.
pennies.
You have the real vagina spray.
Like you said, give it 5 more years. The vagina spray will be there technologically.
You just got to push on her stomach and it applies itself.
Jesus
We're getting there, man.
That's
Like a Shark Tank, this shit, bro.
See, for me, I think between those two, my first thought is, which thing am I going to sweat less doing? Because that's one thing that'll make me, if I'm fucking a plastic doll and break a serious sweat, that's going to be a loss of dignity I'm not going to recover from for a long time.
Yeah, it's rough.
So I think I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go jerking off in VR, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
If there was no stigma, I'd go sex doll. But with the stigma, I'll go VR. Until people catch up socially.
Right. Until they stop kink shaming me.
Yeah. Give it 10 more years. We'll all be doing it.
Hey, I'm not kink shaming. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Not for me. Again, I don't want to clean a bunch of cum out of anything, honestly.
I went on the road a couple of weeks ago, and this girl I was talking to while I was cleaning, like packing. I was on the phone with her, and I was like, oh, I have this fucking like big ass like dildo in my drawer, and I was like, oh, you got it. I sent her a picture. She's like, oh, you should bring it. I was like, fuck yeah, right? So I just throw it in my luggage. Didn't even like think about it. I get flagged at the airport, bro, and it pops up on the screen. Swear to fucking God. It's like half the shaft and the rest of it's covered up. So I freak out. I lean right into the door. I'm like, dude, the sex toys. I am so sorry. And he sees it and he kind of like, don't worry, this happens all the time. Like, he was super straight about
sorry,
it.
I meant to put that in my ass.
But then he still had to find.
That was a carry-on.
He's like, yeah, sorry, that was supposed to be on me. You know what I mean? On the person. But he still had to find it to like make sure it was. And I could see him like looking for it. And then he's like, all right, yep, that's a sex toy.
I would have
All
fucked with them. I've been like, you're going to want to wear a glove for that.
Hold on, I think I now know the way that the terrorists are going to bomb the next plane. Fucking cock-shaped bomb. That's all you got to do.
Worst part about all that is she didn't even hit me back when I got there. So I flew all the way out there for nothing with a
Dildo for
and I flew
no
back with a
reason.
dildo for no reason.
Oh, that is
I packed
so
it way
good.
back. I put it in my shoe on the way back.
It's like where you hide money when you. I want some on the slots.
This is a fucking big fleshy dildo just hanging out of my shoe.
I'm sure they still saw it, though. So they're like, why is this dildo in his shoe?
Yeah, it's true. They probably were just let him go.
No, they're probably just like classic
In
shoe
fairness,
dildo.
I was gonna say they're trained professionals. They see weirder shit every day.
Yeah, it's weirder when it's not in a shoe. Actually.
Yeah, when it was just hanging
loose.
All right, Chris. I'm gonna kick this one to you. Don't do it yourself. You just moved into a new place. You guys doing any amateur renovations or anything?
I read this article the other day about a guy in, I think it was Turkey or something. He's in his basement, and he's going to put up some new drywall, so he's taking down the other one. And he discovers an entire underground city
No
on
way.
the other side of the wall. that has to be a nightmare for DIYers, right? Like, I do not have the supplies for this. So I definitely am going to need more
Does this come with the
drywall.
property?
I know. Is this my city?
This is really going to bring down the property values when they realize how much I paid for 190 rooms.
Yeah, but you know that it's not, it's not some nice underground city. It's some abandoned. Like, do I get these stalactites? Or these, are these mine?
Yeah, it was like hundreds of years old.
Right.
maybe.
Jesus.
But yeah, it had been abandoned for a long time. Oh, I wish I remembered more about it. It was like something to do with the war. I guess the whole city fled underground.
Good place for a grow op,
Yeah, take advantage of this.
Yeah, grow some pot down there.
Yeah, instead you like
Hydroponic
told
lights.
people and now like they tour it and shit. That would be annoying. Somebody's looking for the bathroom, they end up in your basement. Like, what the fuck?
It could be that thing where now you're like he can just sell tickets for people to go check out the thing through his house.
He's undercutting the.
I would totally do that, like a backdoor fucking underground city in my apartment. Put up a glass wall so they can just see. It's like a zoo. It's like right over
You're
there.
gonna come out into the morgue, but just go straight through there.
Yeah, like are there bodies down there? There's got to be.
Ah,
There's bodies everywhere.
there's only torsos. Only rubber torsos.
All right,
man.
Chris, I'm just going to keep this thing moving. Tell us about how grossly irresponsible you are with your money.
Oh, dude. Katie has to be in charge of the finances because basically I send her the money for bills and everything else, and all of my money is gone within 5 days of receiving it.
Doesn't matter the amount.
No. And then I get down. Yeah. Right.
Could fluctuate wildly.
Right.
It's
It makes
funny.
me think of that episode of Trailer Park Boys where Ricky gets like $12,000 or something. He's like, well, I'm wealthy now. I'm going to retire. He's like, I'm just going to go to the park, hand out money to the kids. Like he blows it all in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Because
like
he's
that.
giving people $100 to fuck off. Things like that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely bad. With
How are you with money, Mike?
I'm pretty good.
You're responsible?
Yeah, well, because I only I don't really drink. That's like expensive. I buy weed in bulk, and I smoke a lot, but that's really cheap, like $100 an ounce bulk. So it's like nothing.
Right.
And then I don't spend money on shit. Like I don't buy like I've had these jeans for like 4 years. Like I don't really buy shit.
Yeah, what's that like being one size your entire adult life?
Dude, since I've been 16, I've been within the same 10 pounds. I'm not kidding. Like I got to the point where I was down to like 160 something, and my doctor was like, "Are you depressed?" And I was like, "No, I'm just poor. I'm so sorry." But then but like I don't think I've ever broke like 185 in my life. Like I would love to. That would
Oh
feel
my God,
so
that was
cool.
8th grade for me.
That's fucking wild, bro. Yeah, my nephew's bigger than me. He's 14. He's 6'2", and he's bigger. Like
Jesus
he can
Christ.
muscle me up, and it's like, dude, this isn't cool.
Yeah.
Like, I was always afraid of him getting abducted, and now I'm afraid that he's abducting people. You know what I mean? It's like your whole life. I was like, I hope he doesn't get stolen. And now it's gonna be like I'm gonna open his door. He's gonna have someone in like a little closet. Like, all right, I get it now though, because I would totally get his back. Like, I get where the parents come from. It's like, all right, let's get further to the fucking body. What the fuck are you doing? I'm not gonna let him go down.
What would you ever? This is one of our This Week in History questions.
It is.
actually,
It
right?
is. Yeah. So this week in history, July 30th, 1975, Jimmy Hoffa disappears.
Oh shit.
So if you got to disappear somebody, where are you going? Where's the place? What's your strategy for disposing of the dead body? I'll throw mine out there just to get things started. I think I'm going deep six. I think I'm taking a boat, concrete shoes,
Both good.
into the Puget Sound somewhere.
Because Hoffa's supposed to be under like the 50-yard line at Giant
That
Stadium,
is
right?
right. That is the old legend.
That's like
yeah.
the
Can you imagine when they finally dig up?
Bro,
And they're like, holy shit, it is Hoffa.
They
that
did
would
it-
be crazy.
They did it on a Mythbusters episode.
Did
They
they-
like scanned the field to try to find,
Oh,
and they were
yeah.
like, we don't think so because we were not going to dig up the whole field. But
Yeah,
They
'cause
fucking
that
scanned
would
it.
work.
That's crazy.
see, that's how you know it's the conspiracy runs deep. They go, we're not going to dig up the whole field, you fucking liars.
Yeah.
You know he's down there.
Yeah, because the mafia would never pay them to lie about that.
Come on,
Yours is
they're in
good.
New York, far removed from the mafia.
Yeah, Ocean's good. Ocean's a good disappear. Because, I mean, like, that's just like, terrifying in general. Because anything land-wise, they're going to find, like, I mean, dude, like 30 years later, people are getting, like that Gilgo Beach guy from the Long Island. He just got busted like last month.
Yeah, or the Golden State Killer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He got busted because his daughter submitted DNA for some school thing.
And all those murderers from like the 70s have got to be sweating bullets right now.
Dude, I think of that all the time because they're just like, oh, you got to be fucking. He's like, why'd I come on him? He's like, I didn't even need to. I pulled out. Like on the way out, you're just like, he's like, I came in my hand, I threw it at him. Why'd I throw it at him?
Rookie mistake. Never throw the cum at the guy.
Never throw the cum at the guy.
Because you can't know back in the 70s that, like, because what if in 30 years, if you even sweat at the crime scene, they would, you know what I mean? Like,
I could never be a murderer for that exact reason. I'm sweating. Well, there's a bunch of other reasons. I'm also just always worried that I'm going to be identified as a suspect because I'm shedding all the time. I'm so fucking hairy. Yeah. My hair's any place I go. Y'all better not die because I'm like.
Well, it's also, I mean, it's not even just on you because the Gilgo murder, 3 of the 4 crime scenes had his wife's hair, not his own.
Yeah.
So, you know, like every time I find an Ashley hair on me, I'm like, she's trying to.
God damn it.
Trying to spoil my trying to spoil my crimes here.
That's wild.
What would I do with the body? Well, I would fuck it. No, just kidding. Just the torso.
One's warm and one's cold.
One's warm and one's cold. I just want to know what it feels like.
Just know the difference.
You frame it so innocently. I just want to know what a cold pussy feels like. I'm not trying to be weird or nothing.
Just rub it on your girl's pussy. Be like, I just want to see what it feels like to fuck a dead girl. Not to be weird. This is my thing.
Don't kink shame.
You buy these like fucking frozen panties from you for a little bit.
Start throwing cum at her. Is this part of it?
You're gonna get. She's looking. She's like, you're gonna get caught.
Damn it! I
like,
know.
you're right. And just put it in your pocket instead.
All right, next one I've
Put
got.
your cum in your pocket.
Gonna save that for later. All right, Mike, I'll start with you on this one. We're doing Gucci or Greasy.
Mm-hmm.
So just determining whether something is, you know, good to go or not good to go, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Gucci or Greasy knife hits. The old knifer.
Honestly, just thinking when you say knife hits, the people I think of instantly are so greasy, dog. They're so greasy. So yeah, greasy all day, man.
Yeah, I gotta say greasy too, because I don't know. You start using a utensil like this is made for cutting food,
Right.
right? You should be using this on your chicken, not your. That is when weed turns into drugs.
Yeah, and they burn their face with it at some point. So you have burns all over you like a fucking psycho, just because you want to take half a hit of weed.
Yeah, it's officially drugs at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I think the last time I did knifer, so I'm going to say Gucci, but that's because I am a greasy person, so that's just a reflection of who I am.
All right.
But it was a house that had 4 butter knives, and we used 2.
I've already got questions. That is too many butter knives.
Well, that was the extent of all. They had 4 of each utensil because they clearly bought
Just
one of
bought
those
one
4
set.
packs from Fred Meyer. Said, we got 3 people who live here. There'll never be more than that number of people here. That's a good number to settle on. But
He has permanently destroyed 2 of the butter knives.
that's exactly it, is that one of the roommates got mad because we sullied
you have a
Forever Unclean.
You have a black tip butter knife now.
It's got like the blue rings coming off of it. Like, was there an oil spill on this thing? Or no, I tucked it into the coil stove. Because nobody's doing a knifer off of like a gas range. You're doing a knifer off of...
Yeah, the coil, yeah.
So, all right, I've been overruled on this one, and I think that that's accurate. Okay, so this next one, we're going to do, I think we got like 15 minutes. So we got enough time to go through what we've got. This is etymology, where we try to figure out what the origin of some phrase is.
That's all right. I never know these, so don't.
I was gonna say, this
feel
is
bad.
wild. You guys are just gonna figure out where shit comes from off the top of your heads.
No, he usually knows it, and this
okay.
is the part where I just look dumb. That's what usually happens.
All right, cool.
A couple episodes ago, I asked him how wind works. So just
How does it work?
Got to educate the fans.
Got to start somewhere.
right. Thank you.
Who's the wind guy?
Yeah, chicken and day. Who blew first?
Is the world just turning too fast? What's going on?
So etymology on bite the bullet. Where do you think that comes from?
I think some guy got fucking capped in the mouth. And they're like, bit the bullet.
I mean, not a bad guess. Not a bad guess.
What do you think, Mike?
So biting the bullet usually means doing something that you don't want to do. But fuck it.
Guy lost at Russian roulette. Had to go first.
It's another good guess, but not quite it.
Okay, bite the bullet 'cause I don't want to do this. I do whatever. Maybe it could be legit. Somebody had to actually bite a bullet to see if they were good bullets, and then if it popped, because it was just if it popped or did something in your mouth, it was terrible, and you're like, I don't want. So someone had to bite the bullet to see if you could use them.
These are great guesses, but you haven't quite hit it.
Okay,
I can tell you if you want to know.
that's the only one I would guess.
No, this would be a great podcast if we just left it here. Let's move on to the next thing.
Do you know these, by the way, or do you look them up?
This one I did have to look up.
Okay.
This one I had to look up because I didn't know. So to get yourself through a surgery, because you're right, like the meaning of the phrase is something shitty's going to happen to you, but you got to just fucking bite down on it and see it through. So yeah, when you were having surgery back in the day, they would sometimes give you a bullet as the thing to bite down on when you had no anesthesia.
What?
Why?
Yeah. This is my question as well. Now, it's not like a live... This is like 200 years ago, so it's more like the casing for a bullet.
What, they didn't have wallets?
Is it
back
so
then?
it could kind of, you could still bite,
It's a little
it gives
malleable.
a little bit, yeah. And
Right, but I would think, like, wouldn't a chair leg be better? Wouldn't anything be better
Right.
than...
well,
like,
splinters.
True.
I'm actually
true.
thinking this isn't terrible. If they wrap it with some kind of cloth too, like a bandage, and then you bite onto that, I could see
Okay,
that working.
wrap the chair leg in a bandage. So
You're right. You're right. You totally beat me. You totally won that one.
I think they just had too many bullets. They're like, we got to use this. Let's sell the medical people on them. Let's try to get rid of some of these.
Yeah,
there you go.
that is a classic scheme. Is the local guy in town is like the bullet fucking impresario, and you gotta, whatever,
just be
political dealings.
Yeah, the rich guy's just like, yo, we need to sell these bullets, dog.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, we can have people bite them.
Yeah.
Wait a
It's
second.
like, all right, how would they bite? After they get shot? Very ironic.
So we're into the full Wikipedia section now. So we're on the home stretch. So the first thing I want to just tell you guys about, and if we riff on it, great. If it goes nowhere, I'm sorry.
Well, we can still talk about Mike getting taller after that because he lied to us and said he's been like wearing the. Oh no, you said you're the same. So wait,
no, I did skip over that. You're
you've
right.
been within 10 pounds, but you think you're getting taller?
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like I'm taller than people. Last
This time last year.
Okay, I was thinking you thought you were taller than yourself yesterday.
But like I mean, like in general, I feel like I feel taller than I've felt before.
does your dick feel bigger too?
No, but it feels like it may have grown with my height. You know what I mean? It
Proportionally
still stayed
went up.
proportionate.
It's
Yeah.
still just as close to my knee.
See,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting shorter with time. Like I used to
Really?
feel like I was a somewhat tall guy, and then like leaving the fight in Vegas recently, I saw a guy that had to have been 7'2", and I feel like there's just more of those guys now.
I think if you're over
more
6
7'2" guys.
If you're, how tall are you? You're a big guy. 6'8". Jeez, are you for real? Fucking Christ, that's what I'm saying.
You're really
man.
getting on with it when you get past 6. You're
was like-
good at 6'2".
Yeah, I was gonna say
Fucking chill out.
After 6'2", that's wild. And you're 6'8". That's a that's a real
Relax.
person right there.
Relax.
Well, that's why I feel like such less of a man in general, just because I'm just already like a scrawny dude. You see like these giant guys, like your family just like raped and pillaged. Like that's like you get,
That was your origin.
and I was the guys that ran away from our families getting raped and pillaged. Like we were the soup. Like I'm come from a long line of like gatherers. You know what I mean?
Well, you're both here. My my family, if you couldn't tell by my forehead, was a bunch of Neanderthals.
Yeah, this is Eastern Europe right here. That's
So
how-
funny.
Pure Slav right there.
Nah, everything about me's soft, man. It's not even fun. Like my dad got mad at me because I don't want to have kids. He's like, "What about our family name?" He's like, "He's naming all these like Gambinos and all these like Italian families." I'm like, "Yeah, the dads did cool shit, so then the sons kept it going. You didn't do anything.
So wait,
What the fuck do you want me to keep going, Dad?"
You're half Italian and
Venezuelan.
I knew it was
Yeah.
Venezuelan.
Yeah, after World War II, a lot of the army men, they left Europe and moved their way to South
And
America.
are you half Venezuelan?
No, I'm like between there. It's like Venezuelan, Spain, and French. I think are the three.
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I know. It's and my mom's last name is French. Dubuc.
Oh.
It even sounds super brutal, right? It's brutal.
I've always said French people sound like they're barfing when they're talking.
There you go, Dubuc. It is, yeah.
Do you just blow people's minds when you start speaking Spanish?
Yeah, no one thinks I'm like, even in LA, I'll speak. Someone will be in line in front of me speaking Spanish to the lady in front of me, and then it'll be my turn. She'll speak broken English. I'll respond in Spanish. She looks at me for a second and then speaks broken English again.
She's like, "Wow, that was racist."
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, it's like they don't believe me. It's like they think I'm trying to help. Like I went to school and like figured it out, and it's just like, no, whatever. But you know what is cool about being French? I think if you look at the list of people around the world, don't ask me how I know, biggest dicks, French are like toward the top of the list. They might even be number one. It's like I think the number one white big dick is French.
Can't
Important
confirm.
qualifier.
I've seen it.
That's like
Yeah.
Babe Ruth
Confirmed.
setting the home run record before integration. You know, what does it really mean?
Yes. His home run record, like for the long one, is like 506, something ridiculously far that people are realizing that like even like steroided guys now haven't been able to hit it.
Oh yeah, Mickey Mantle. Yeah, I think that's the one who had like the
504.
Well, he had one that was over 600 that they found. Like, I mean, it's probably not accurate tape measure, but
And to think like 20% of his blood was vodka. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
crazy.
amazing.
yeah, I just realized we forgot to put on the silly Mickey Mantle
Just read it.
questionnaire. I don't even know if I can find it at this point. Hold on, let me see.
What jersey's that, by the way?
Reggie Jackson.
Nice. Fuck yeah, Mr. October.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
I did find it. So, Mickey Mantle was once given a questionnaire by the Yankees.
This is real?
Yeah,
Oh, this
is
is
totally
great.
real.
Oh, cool.
And the question is not really a question. It was like a fill in the blank. I consider the following my most outstanding experience at Yankee Stadium. Mickey Mantle wrote, I got a blowjob under the right field bleachers by the Yankee bullpen.
No fucking way.
It goes on, though. He provides so much more detail. Because it goes on to ask, this event occurred on or about, give as much detail as you can. And Mickey does.
Oh my god.
It was about the third or fourth inning.
Oh my god, this is during a game.
Yeah. I had a pulled groin and couldn't fuck. She was a very nice girl and asked me what to do with the cum after I cum in her mouth.
No fucking way.
I
dude.
said, don't ask me. I'm no cocksucker. That's the end of it's the extent of the.
He is the coolest dude in the fucking world.
I don't even think it's that cool. Well, it's cool that it happened, but the cool thing is that he wrote it down.
That's what I'm saying.
He got a questionnaire and he's like, oh, what was...
That's a funny
Fuck
bit.
it, I'll say this.
That's a
Yeah,
good bit.
Why not?
Yeah, but that just shows you how much people were even more fun back then because they were just trying to say fun, wild shit. And now everything is so tame. It's like, oh, it was when the national anthem and something like that. It's
Everything's a pun now is what it is. That's what drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Every joke. Anyway.
That's fantastic, though. Imagine being that girl. That's so cool.
What I don't understand, though, is
So jealous. You
so-
got to suck his dick.
he says, don't ask me. I'm no cocksucker, which that's the one part where I'm like, Mickey, come on. Like, I don't know how to work on a car, but I know where the gas goes. You know,
Very true. Here's
you
the
don't
question.
have to be the guy to know some of the details.
Did she say it before or after? Was she like, I mean, like, was it like already in her mouth? Or was she like about to, like, yo, what am I going to do with this car?
Everybody knows she was supposed to put it in her pocket.
Save that one for later. You got something? Oh, we got 5. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Now.
Damn,
we'll
I'm still on
do,
my first one. You guys are fucking beasts. I did smoke weed before I got here
There you go.
for the
There you go.
potheads.
You're caught on then. Yeah, I don't know if this will be riffable, but I'm just going to spill it on you guys. So,
Two Jews walk into a bar.
yeah, now we're getting into the street jokes. Throughout history, painting pigments have needed to be created, And the way that some of them have been created have been very fucking bizarre. So I want to share with you a couple of the weird ones. If there's comedy there, great. If there's not,
Otherwise, we're learning about colors.
So the first one I'm going to give you is the easiest to figure out etymology-wise. What do you think mummy brown was made out of?
Made out of?
Yeah. It's called mummy brown. Take a stab.
Wait. Let me think about this. Are you saying they were making... I feel so stupid with what I'm about to ask. Are you saying they were making paint out of mummies?
Yeah.
For real?
No way!
Yeah.
Where are there just spare mummies?
They had enough mummies at a certain point that this was...
Holy shit! So they're like, the dirt's not doing it anymore. We need a different shade of brown. Let's find a corpse.
Apparently the
Just
combination...
a torso.
How vibrant that shade of brown was, plus the translucence, there was just nothing that could replace the mummy.
So
You can only make so much of that, though.
That's what they found out.
now you're just wrapping regular people and burning. I mean,
You
burying
think
them.
fossil fuels are weird. Mummies are far more limited.
Well, can you get artwork painted or used with mummy brown?
Yeah, absolutely. If you were to get something old enough, yeah, for sure.
That's fucking
God, to work
crazy.
at that paint company when they are about to run out of money, mummy brown, and they're like, all right, whoever draws the short straw,
Here's the shovel.
Wrapped up.
I'm also curious about the other, like, sort of sub-economies that develop from that. Like, do you have a mummy guy that goes out and he's like, this better be a good haul, man, because otherwise we're going to be charging fucking
Yeah, you know the mummy
$180
people
a
have been
tube.
waiting centuries. Just like, yes, finally.
Well, it just sucks. What about the other colors that never made it, like fetus pink? You know, never caught on.
There's
Just
a
a
lot of
bunch of dead
resources.
babies for no reason. Like the pink's just not as good as the regular non-killing baby pink. So we might as well just leave it at that.
This one's too red.
So yeah, that's the next one I wanted to talk about is Indian yellow, which was made from you feed elephants mangoes and then they piss very yellow. You let that
Where does India come? Oh, okay. Never
Yeah.
mind. Continue. I was thinking
not American Indians. That'd be cool though too.
I can't say anything that isn't going to be offensive, so just carry on.
You've got an elephant in Georgia? This is insane. So that's another one. And then the last one I've got is Tyrian purple, which was the most vibrant shade of purple for many years, made out of crushed snails, a very particular
Oh, I did
kind
hear
of...
about that.
Oh. The French have plenty. They're
I shouldn't
doing
have led
whatever
with
the
Mummy
fuck
Brown,
they can.
Yeah, mummy brown was a rough.
With the snails.
I thought the rest was gonna be all dead stuff.
Mummy brown is
Well,
up.
well, to
Or just like sharp purple.
Well, to be fair, the snails are probably dead.
Yeah, true. Hopefully.
So I know we're closing up here, but I do have two This Week in History questions I'll ask, and then we'll truly close it. So This Week in History, July 29th, 1567. The infant James IV is crowned the King of Scotland. What is the biggest drawback to a baby dictator?
I can't see any personally myself.
It's all W's.
Yeah, it's
Like
all
the
wins.
07 Patriots.
I mean, I think language would be reduced to fart sounds, which is great. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how Kendall and I communicate.
Simplified bureaucracy. Yeah.
So, yeah, no more currency. Probably. I don't know. Babies are nice. They haven't been fucked over yet, so they're not trying to fuck other people over.
So what you're saying is I think we need an all-baby dictatorship. You know,
Yes.
New World Order, strictly
Yes,
baby
thank
run.
you.
You had me at baby dick. You don't even need the tater.
Yeah.
Take that
What's
tater.
he saying about potatoes? I don't know.
Every time we come back to the pedophilia. Every
Yeah,
time.
Nolan's not even here.
Trying to make it in Hollywood, man.
Trying to make it in Hollywood. Ah! Oh, that was a slam dunk.
All right, this is my last question for the day, and we'll wrap up. August 1st, 1893, shredded wheat is patented. What's the shittiest cereal ever?
Oh boy. What's I mean, maybe,
Grape Nuts is the... Oh, sorry, I was going to let you finish.
maybe Captain Crunch.
You like Captain Crunch, it's just harsh. It is a harsh mistress.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. It just isn't good, and it makes my mouth bleed. So
That is a hard one to get past. How about you, Mike? What do you think?
Oh man, what's a bad cereal? I mean, when you said grape nuts, that should just turn my stomach, dog. That's not even. I didn't even know. That's so bad. Because I used to eat bad. I eat like Raisin Bran Crunch. I eat bad cereal that is healthy. So like, but grape nuts is just beyond. Like, why are you doing this? Like, it's like prunes.
You don't even have a raisin for yourself. You've just
yeah, it's
you've
terrible.
taken all the fun out of it. Yeah, that's okay. I guess there's not a whole lot else there. Okay, one other question: is cereal food?
I think of this all the time, for real. Because when I go to eat, I'm like, I'm eating a whole box of this. I don't care, if, like,
and I won't be full. Somehow.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, I don't know if it's food because I try to eat that. You know, the box. They're like, hey, there's no preservatives, there's no this, there's no that, but they don't tell you what there is.
Right.
So it's like, what is it then?
Yeah, you've told me it's like the void of other things.
Yeah.
You haven't told me what it actually.
It doesn't tell me how healthy it is. It just tells me how not unhealthy.
So it's actually the rest of the mummies.
It's like, this food isn't watermelon. Like, okay, but what is it though?
Yeah.
It isn't watermelon.
I get it.
I never thought it was. Starting to have some questions now, though.
All right, Chris, you want to?
Yeah, let's wrap it up, Mike. This is going to be out, and we got a little bit behind, so it's probably going to be like 3 weeks before we get this out.
Cool.
You have anything you want to promote?
Yeah, if you're in Winter Haven, Florida, I'll be there at Laugh Out Lounge at the end of August, and then I guess the next thing I really know it's definite in stone is Little Rock, Arkansas, just after that. So
cool.
Check me out at Mike Masilotti on Instagram. I have all my dates and stuff on there. And if you want to follow me, also you can send me go to the Find My app and then request my location. That's the easiest way.
He's already got a
me.
dildo. It's in his shoe. I don't think we have anything else to say. We got koozies if you want to buy a koozie.
Fantasy football. That was the
fantasy football. Yes, we have a fantasy football league going. For any listeners who may want to join, we've got a couple spots left. So let us know. We're going to be drafting soon after this episode drops. So thank you guys for listening. I hope China is still with us. We have people in China listening for some reason. I don't know what they're getting out of this. I think we might lose them with all the just pelvis talk.
I wouldn't underestimate them. I think they're in it for the long haul.
I mentioned this to one of my friends, and I was like, we have somebody like in China listening to us. I hope they're like actual Chinese people because I want to like kind of blow their minds a little bit. And he's like, what if they're learning English from listening to your
this
podcast?
Is great. Hell yeah.
I was like, then they are going to learn a lot about cranking it.
Because God damn it, I was going to make a cranking it joke, and you said cranking it before I could even. Son of a bitch.
Wait, rewind. Just what was the joke? What was the bit?
They're going to be the first people to be calling it cranking it overseas.
Oh, damn it. It was better than mine. All right, we're done. Goodbye.